Oh, yes, I am live. Oh, yes. Let's get it, baby. Let's go. Oh, boy. Oh, Lisa Ann, I see you there. Oh, my gosh, what's going on, guys? Oh, let's get it going here. Another day, guys. Where's the Brat Squad? Ooh, the Brat Squad. I like that, the Brat Squad. Yeah, we needed to pray for America. Oh, here we go, guys. We're getting ready to go. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Oh, I'm back, guys. I am back. Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh, let me know if my volume is too loud or too low. Oh, let me know if my volume is too loud. For real, family. Oh my gosh, for real, family. Oh my gosh, top of the morning. Oh my gosh, yes. I'm trying to do dual now. I'm doing dual, so it'll be vertical and horizontal. Lisa Ann, I see you there. Listen, and Myron, I see you there. Oh my gosh. So yeah, so I'm keeping it simple. I'm keeping it real simple. It seemed like I'm doing too much. So I'm trying to keep it here. I feel a little bratty. Oh my gosh. What's going on? I see baby turtle fish. Oh my gosh. We gotta get it. Yes. Get it. Keep it simple, real simple. So we should get more people. I'm doing dual. Instead of doing 2 streams, I'm doing 1 stream, and YouTube is deciding how they're gonna set me up. I'm just gonna do the first few minutes to make sure I talk about some stuff here. Oh my gosh, yes, make sure you hit the like button, guys. If you saw the, oh, let me get started, I forgot. Let me get started first. Yes, here we go, here, let's get started. God, please bless America. Jesus Christ is King, praise the Lord. John 3:16. John 3:16. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. Oh my gosh, let's see what it is. Yes, I'm good on this Tuesday morning, boy. Yes, Tuesday morning. It's just going so fast. Yes. And this is For Real with Mike. Please hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment. Oh man, we're starting early today. We're starting early today with a lot of news. And I just want to make sure the first few minutes I get started and get it set up and everything. Let the stream know, because I'm doing dual. Dual is when you have it horizontal, and YouTube. Catherine Ashley, good morning, For Real family. Good morning. And dual decides how they're gonna place me on the YouTube short, the YouTube live feed. So I gotta wait a few minutes before I put something up on the screen. I think I gotta wait another. I think I did enough time now. And then now they're gonna just place me somewhere on the YouTube short. And then that's how it's gonna work. Right now I'm horizontal. So I think I did it long enough. So I next time you'll notice if I don't have nothing on the screen right here, that means it's because I'm trying to make sure they don't have any other images. It'll only show me when they do the YouTube short or the YouTube live stream. So I think I did it long enough. So let me pop up the thing now. Here we go. There we go. I'll pop it up now. Yeah, let's go through what President Trump is doing right now. Oh, our president. We see there, right? You see right there, it says Trump scores eight triumphs in 7 years across Latin America. We're on the White House right now. Another one here we have here. That's him there with the I can't think of the name of that prime minister or whatever, or leader of another country there. Here goes another one here. If you can see that, this is President Trump. Make sure you can see that there. It says 19 million barrels of oil flowed out from the out of the Hormuz Strait yesterday, an all-time record. Oh, that's so small. Gosh, that's so small. But you know what? I saw it. Yep. So it says 19 million barrels of oil flowed through the Strait of Hormuz. Can you believe that? And look at that right there. Good morning. It says good night. This is from Scott Briley here. It says good night, fraudsters. Tomorrow wake up call courtesy of the White House fraud staff right there. I think right there. Look at that right there. They're getting up on it early. Oh, it's still, you might not hear about it, guys, but guess what? They are still exporting people out of the country, illegal immigrants. Yep, they're doing exporting commodities of people. It says right there, it says $3.7 billion scheme to defraud Medicare. That's right, guys. They're not making this stuff up. He's been on the run since May of 2025, but we got him. Guys, can you believe this one here? This guy orchestrated I didn't even try to say his name here. He's charged with one of the biggest Medicare schemes in history, allegedly orchestrating a massive $3.7 billion scheme to defraud Medicare. Oh my gosh. And we allow it to happen? Not just one person, no? Can this be true? Can this be true? We have another one here. It's the Department of Housing and Urban Development. Oh, this is a black guy. Yep, it is a black guy, part of the Trump administration. Scott Turner, right there. It says here during the National Homeownership Month. Here, I guess this is National Homeownership Month. Scott Turner emphasizes the importance of odds for creating much needed housing supply. Let's see. Here we go. Check this out.
Hi everyone, I'm here in Michigan. I've seen firsthand the power of opportunity zones. From Detroit to Lansing and here in Kalamazoo, communities are being revitalized. And no better place resembles the power of opportunity zones initiative than Detroit. Nearly left for ruin, this city sat as a symbol of what was rather than what could be. Businesses left, buildings laid in ruin, and Detroiters waited for a new hope and new life. Under President Trump's leadership, opportunity zones breathe new life into Grit City, downtown Lansing, and here in Kalamazoo. Opportunity zones spur.
So there we go. We have him reading some script there, and he's letting us know what's going on. I see the Hammer live with Hammer. I see you there, Hammer. What's going on? Hammer time. Oh, my fingers got in the way. I see Lisa Ann saying criminals on cracks, Democrats. Criminocrats. Deport the problem. It's real fast there. This is Kennedy here an hour ago here. This right here is just an hour ago. Let me go down a little bit more so you can see him. There you go. There you go. You got Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Salute to America, July 4th here. He's mentioning what's coming on July 4th. Freedom 250. Check out and see what he says. This is a short clip.
This July 4th, we celebrate 250 years of independence and the enduring strength of the American people. Join me on the National Mall for the Salute to America celebration on July 4th in Washington, D.C. We're marking this milestone with music, storytelling, and an incredible fireworks display that celebrates our health, our heritage, and our future. This is a new chapter for America. Be part of it. Register for your free tickets now at freedom250.org.
Wow. Freedom 250. Oh, we got another one here. Oh, P. Hexelf. Let's see, can you see a good look at that one? Yep, you see there. This is the New York Post right here. White House posted this one here. Acting Press Secretary Joel Van Ness here says here. It says here that himself, it says, we must spend big on defense to save America's economic might. All right, here we go. Let's see what it says right there, right? Economic might. Wow. Here we go. Let's see what we got going on here. Another one here. Got another one here. FBI brings back fugitive calls. Oh my gosh. Let me see. Accused of $3.7 billion in Medicare fraud scheme after capture in Turkey. He was living it up, boy. Living the high life. That's the song. Living the high life. Of course, he was living the high life here. Yep. And Trump, of course, tweeted what I said earlier, girl. It said earlier. He says 13 million barrels. 13 million. See, 13 million barrels. I think it's 13 million barrels of oil flowed of the. I'm just thinking about something. Let's see here. Out of the Hormuz Strait yesterday. Yeah, okay. Yeah, an all-time record. It says oil prices are tumbling down and the world is much safer place. President Donald J. Trump, 19 million barrels of oil. Can you imagine all that? I thought a little bit of P. Diddy with all his baby oil. Okay, no, but it was too old of a joke here. Okay, here we go. I see another one here. This right here. It says six arrests have been made for vandalizing the reflecting pool. President Trump will ensure these deranged individuals are held accountable. Check this little clip out.
The vandalism is very real, despite what Tim Walz wants to say. It's an imaginary problem. No, it is not. It's a very real problem. In fact, I spoke with the National Park Service just before joining the show. They now have 17 police reports that have been filed in just the matter of a few days. There's actually been 6 arrests at the reflecting pool, where, again, these deranged individuals, many of them longtime donors to the Democrat Party, to Barack Obama, to Act Blue, that have been vandalizing and desecrating our federal monument, one of the most beautiful monuments in the world, the reflecting pool. And that's why President Trump is not going to stop with this effort. We're going to not only hold those people accountable, but we're going to fix the pool, continue to make it beautiful.
Wow, continue to make it beautiful. Here we go, guys. One more time. I got this one right here. It says back in. It says America is back. It says kick off the celebration for the Great American State Fair on Wednesday, June 24th. That's tomorrow. Guys, June 24th is tomorrow. Kick off the celebration for the Great American State Fair. Wow, it's going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh, my gosh. Okay, I did the algae thing. Let's get into some stories then. Oh, my gosh, let's get into some stories. I thought about it. I said, what am I going to do different? I'm going to do something different. I'm going to actually... Yeah, I think I'm actually gonna go check out, see what's going on Fox. Let's see what's trending in Fox right now. Oh, we got some more crime. 24. Oh no, can't watch that one. Let's see here. Red flag. It says key 4 minutes ago. The Gulf ally under fire for alleged terror ties. Trump threatening. Nope. Oh, there we go. We got old boy here. We got a planter here. Let's see what's going on here on this one.
Are you looking at 4x4s on cars.com again?
I honestly don't know what you're talking about.
I was thinking of something more sophisticated.
Hold on a second. It's going to come up.
Keep the beard.
Cars.com. Where to next?
This is Deech also right here.
What's up?
Another leader.
Good, man. Have you tried the Bacallia?
Majority in the U.S. Senate.
Okay, hold on. I'll make sure you see it. Let me check the other photo. Okay, 1 second. I just want to make sure we see everything that we can see on here. I'm gonna go through a lot of them, so I want to make sure. I just want to try something out. So I'm gonna go through a lot of them, so I want to make sure that okay, we're gonna go through a lot of them, so I want to make sure I can get it going. All right. That's good enough. All right, let's see what this first one is. Is that everything? I don't know if that's everything. That's not even everything. 1 second. That's everything. Yeah, that's everything. Okay, I want to make sure. All right, here we go. All right, let's take a look at this first one, guys. This first one here is dealing with residents support scandal plague planner. That's what residents are doing. Planner is, I'll let them talk about it first and we'll get into it. Check this one out.
The Republicans, of course, want to hang on to that majority when it comes to the midterms. You can see that if they lose only 3 seats, they will lose. They will actually, at that point, they're going to have Vice President Vance be the tiebreaker. But that's where the watermark is. Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says that he believes Alaska, Ohio, North Carolina, and Maine are the must wins for Democrats if they want to flip the Senate. Maine Republican Senator Susan Collins is about to join us as she runs for her sixth term, 29 years in the Senate, facing off against a man who has become quite well known in recent weeks for various reasons, the Democrat Graham Plattner. He's got a lot of controversies on his hands, and he's asked often if there are more to come, including the Purple Heart recipient that he called dumb, saying he, quote, didn't deserve to live, according to the Maine Monitor newspaper. Also, the sexting scandal, accusations of getting rough with an ex-girlfriend. He denies any physicality after the New York Times reported earlier this month, quote, during one argument, she recalled that he twisted her arm behind her back and shoved her into a bedroom, closed the door from the other side so she couldn't get out. It hurt, she said, but it did not cause an injury. It didn't break my arm. Plattner also denies knowing that one of his tattoos was extremely similar to a Nazi symbol.
Wow.
He covered it up with a new tattoo.
The tattoo thing, I've had it for 20 years, and it had never once come up.
She says, same person, that you refer to the tattoo as my Totenkampf, which is the German word for this particular Nazi symbol.
Any statement saying that I did know is again, totally false.
Were you sending sexually explicit messages to other women?
At the beginning of our marriage, I made mistakes.
They were adult women, you knew that, and it was consensual. Is that true?
They're justifying this stuff. I can't believe how they justify this stuff. This guy has done so much wrong, so much out of bounds stuff, and they're making it so easy for him. If you can't tell that MSNBC or MS Now, since they're trying to rebrand themselves, instead of MSNBC, they call themselves MS Now. Now they're trying to soften this guy with his Nazi tattoo and how he was sexually sending messages to another woman while he was married early on and throughout. And yet we cannot believe what else he has done because the residents are saying they're okay with this. But yet this is what they accuse the Republican Party. Let's listen to this nut some more and how this interview is going.
Yes.
And you have that you confirmed that you knew their age.
Yes. Oh, God. I mean, yeah. Yes, of course.
Mr. Plattner could be rough with her, Ms. Fifield said, particularly when they were drinking, leaving her shaken and sometimes afraid.
Those serious allegations are just not true.
So we have invited Graham Plattner to join us. We're waiting to hear back from his campaign. Earlier today, I spoke with Senator Susan Collins just about an hour ago in her first national TV interview since he won the Democratic nomination. Watch. So since this is the first time that we're hearing from you since he has officially become your opponent, what do you think of him? What do you think of Graham Plattner?
Now, before I start, we know Susan Collins is not a young woman. So she's not young, but damn it, we don't have any scandals going on her side. Susan Collins is she's working hard, right? She's hanging in there.
Well, I have to say, Martha, that I never expected to have an opponent like Graham Plattner. He is very different from me. He's the antithesis of a steady leadership.
By the way, Susan Collins is 73 years old. Okay.
That I provide in Washington that has delivered real results for the state of Maine and for our nation. There have been numerous controversies. He often denies them, only to be contradicted by others who say what he told them. The Nazi tattoo is a perfect example of that. He had it for 18 years until he covered it up during the campaign, and we have at least 3 accounts which said he knew very well that it was a Nazi tattoo. The number of scandals keep going on each day. To me, one of the most appalling is his making fun of a Purple Heart recipient who had been wounded by the Taliban, is lying on the war field, and he ridicules this individual. Another example is his treatment of women in general, and also his opposition to
Europe River
Oops, I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. I might have to
Cruising.
get
13 days, $29.99, including flights with
to law enforcement.
I want to talk about this real fast also that Susan Collins, if you notice, she has tremors, right? She's been having these tremors for decades in her head, hands, and her voice. So don't think something's like she's getting like, oh, she's been having these things for decades. Her tremors. So don't think that's even though medical experts and her 73-year-old Republican senator states that the condition does not impact her cognitive abilities and her ability to do her job. A lot of people say these tremors have been going on for many decades, well, several decades. So this is what. Don't think she's not like it's just because she's 73 and she has these tremors. She is doing a job. Trump is not trying to actually primary her out, even knowing she's shaky on some of those votes. They're not trying to primary her out at all. Susan Collins maintains an active legislative schedule, and she actually votes more, maybe because she knows she needs to be aware of it. But she votes just as often as any other senator. Let's keep it going. I want to keep it going a little bit more. Here we go.
On all those issues, we could not be more different.
Let me ask you, Senator, do you think any of these things, and if so, which things are disqualifying for a United States senator?
Well, I would have said in a different time that any one of these would have been disqualifying for someone to be a candidate to serve our country and the state of Maine in the United States Senate, whether they were a Democrat or a Republican. And it's very interesting that Graham Plattner was recruited by people from out of state, from New York, who also recruited the mayor of New York, Mondami, and other candidates from the far left around the country. Yeah. I don't think that's a coincidence.
Yeah, it is interesting.
Wow, can you believe that Mondani is recruiting? Zohran Mondani and others he was recruited at Nazi. I'm telling you, the left seems like they got a lot of problems here with this guy here. No doubt it talks about some of the things that this guy has done. His name is Graham Planner. He's running for senator. And this is Susan Collins there, our opponent right there. Guys, this is so many things here we have. Sexing and infidelity. That should eliminate him, right? Normally as a politician, right? Oh, no, they smoothed over that. It says Planner admitted to engaging in sexually explicit text messages exchanges with multiple women outside of his marriage early on. Next one here, guys, we had abuse and abuse and allegations going on. A major New York Times report detailed volatile relationships and physical intimidation, which Planter has denied. Physical intimidation. Wow. Reddit posts. Oh, this guy here. Oh, he's trying to get sneaky on stuff. Reddit posts here. Resurfaced forum comments show that he was trying to disguise himself. He was demeaning police, and he was demeaning police, and also claiming sexual assault victims had take some responsibility for themselves. He was actually saying, if you were sexually assaulted, you need to take some self responsibility for it. And can you believe that? And guys, it doesn't stop there. The big one is the neo-Nazi tattoo. He had been, he had addressed the tattoo resembling a Nazi symbol, which he covered up and claimed was the result of ignorance. Well, you know what? If you had it for 20 plus years, you remind me of those NBA players who have Chinese lettering or writings on their arms and don't have any idea what it is. Yep, that was a thing going on one time. They had all these different athletes have these Asian writings and had no idea what they had on there. This is what they told him. This is the same thing he had on his chest for over 20 years, and the rest of the group had it. He knew what it was. He knew what it was about. He knew it was about that life of being that type of person. But now he's going to say it was ignorance. Well, it'd be ignorance for Maine to vote for this guy right now. This guy has a Nazi tattoo. He says that if you were sexually assaulted, a victim, it's your problem. You brought it on yourself on that one. And then he talks about abuse. Oh my gosh, he was abusing people or women. This is the character that they have here, guys. And it doesn't even, he mentioned something negative about Israel. So I'm surprised I don't see this on here, but he did mention them as well, or black people as well. And yet he's representing the Democratic Party and the sex in early on. It goes on and on. This guy is, whoever's tried to vet this guy didn't do a good job of vetting it all. And yet they're in a rock and a hard place, the Democratic Party. I said that before. And again, they have to plan her. Listen, they have to. It's 53 Republicans and 47 Democrats. They want this Maine so bad. They don't want to give up on it. They want this man to win so badly. And Susan Collins is right there. Let's keep it going with Susan Collins. All right, let's check it out.
The way that his story has been crafted as an oyster farmer. As far as we know, he only has one client as an oyster farmer, which I believe is his mother's restaurant, and he can correct us if he comes on about that.
Wow, he only has one client as an oyster farmer. He said, we need to find some job you have. We're going to make up that you're an oyster farmer. Okay, well, how can we do that? Well, my mom has a restaurant. We can say I do that. Okay, there we go. We got something for you to do that you have. You're an oyster farmer and you only have your mom's restaurant as the business.
But one surprising thing, we're seeing a lot of young people supporting these Democratic socialist candidates across the country, but they're not all young. And some of the people, Alexis McAdams was up in Maine and she interviewed a lot of voters. And, to be fair, she got a lot of different responses, but we're going to play just a few of them for you. And I'm curious what you think, because some of these people sound like, they may have been Susan Collins voters in the past. Watch this.
He has a Nazi tattoo on his chest.
He doesn't anymore.
We knew that
a
system like NetSuite will help us scale. Having put NetSuite in place, we've definitely optimized our processes. In terms of inventory level accuracy, we are over 95%. Our order to cash cycles are very smooth, and we take pride in that.
She said he doesn't
cheap
have
flights,
the
insane
tattoo
hotel.
anymore.
Skyscanner really delivered.
Remember all that crazy stuff
years.
we used to do for travel?
Let's see.
Okay, but he had a Nazi tattoo on his chest. Is it good enough to take it off?
Well, nobody's perfect.
There is no physical abuse accusation.
She did say that she was manhandled and had bruises.
I heard on NPR just 5 minutes ago that she said he never put a hand on her.
I am one of those people that's kind of blue no matter who.
What do you say when you see
He said, I am kind of one of those people who is blue no matter who. Can you believe that? Blue no matter who. I am one of those kind of people that is blue no matter who. I got to remember that one. Blue no matter who. No matter, oh my gosh, who? Oh my gosh, blue no matter who. That's what that guy said with a smile and a smirk on his face. Blue no matter who. We got to be tired of this stuff, aren't we? Aren't we like blue no matter who?
People of your home state excusing the things that have been reported about Graham Plattner, Senator?
It surprises me, and I understand that people are having a difficult time right now economically. That's why I've worked so hard to bring $1.5 billion back to the state of Maine during the past 5 years for 674 projects all over the state. That includes helping our rural hospitals, workforce training programs at our community colleges, wastewater treatment plants, 45 fire stations in communities all across the state, from the far north to the New Hampshire border. And I've worked to lower the cost of child care and to improve access to health care. So I think I need to make sure that the people of Maine understand my record of independence and delivering results. In the end, this comes down to whether you want a candidate who will go to Washington, engage in angry rhetoric every day, but not get anything done, versus my service to the people of Maine, where I have delivered real results to the people of Maine. And I believe that the people of Maine want steady leadership, they want independence, and they want someone who cares deeply about the state and our country and has the character to serve.
You voted with President Trump about 94% of the time, which might sound
She voted for president. She voted with President Trump 94% of the time.
high, but most people have in your party have been with him 100% of the time.
Wow. Most people in his party have been 100% behind President Trump. That 6%, Trump, like I said, he's been primarying people out. This is from Fox News. They said most of the people in the Republican Party has voted in the Senate, 100% of the time. She's at 94%. I think Massey was around there too. He was in the 90s. Massey, Thomas Massey, and of course they got him out of there. They got primary out.
And he has pointed the finger at you several times over different issues. One of them was the fact that you held out for quite some time on your vote of support for Justice Kavanaugh. Is this an issue that you think is troublesome for you in this race now that Roe v. Wade was overturned in Maine, across the country?
Well, first of all, let me make clear that I disagreed with the Supreme Court's 6-3 decision overturning Roe v. Wade. But the fact is that whether Justice Kavanaugh were confirmed or not, Roe v. Wade would have been overturned given the 6-3 vote. And also, I supported the justices like Elena Kagan, Sonia Sotomayor, and Justice Brown Jackson, who voted to sustain Roe v. Wade. I also joined with a bipartisan group of senators to codify Roe v. Wade and make it the law of the land.
She's saying everything she needed to say to get elected, it sounds like right there. Oh, and guys, let's see what else we got going on in the news here. I see Homie. I think I saw Homie right there here. It was someone else I think I want to see here. What else? Real quick here. Let's check out The Hill real fast. I want to see scan The Hill. It says Trump says that he's preparing a lawsuit against ABC. Trump is preparing a lawsuit against ABC. That's interesting. Oh, we gotta put this out. Trump is preparing a lawsuit against ABC. I tell you what, they're suing these news networks for lying. It's straight up lying. They don't even have the. They don't have the. So that's what they're doing. They're lying. What they pay for these ads? I gotta get rid of these ads really fast. Here we go. Let's see this.
Surprise, surprise. Trump in a rage yesterday. Post said he's vowing to sue ABC for false reporting over its coverage of the reflecting pool renovations. Trump alleged that ABC failed to report that Biden and Obama spent over $100 million on the reflecting pool, and that, quote, I spent approximately $16 million and it came out great except for the vandalism, which we are now fixing. Now it's unclear what, if any, vandalism occurred.
Wait a minute, let's go back to that. That is really crazy because they're talking about it. Listen, guys, it says Obama and Biden spent over $100 million on the reflecting pool. Yep, $100 million. They wanted to spend $300 to $400 million, but just let it rot. I spent approximately $16 million, guys, $16 million. And now they want to cry about how much money I'm spending. $100 million is a lot of money, guys. $100 million. Well, shit, one is a lot, right? 16. That's all you asked for out of 100, right? They had spent. And they were talking about he was doing so much. The same thing with the Obama Center going on with the hospital. I mean, the The library in Chicago, who the residents do not like. Bad sent me something showing that the residents of Chicago don't even like it. $850 million they spend on this thing. And they're worrying about a ballroom that's being donated. And I tell you. Here we go. Let's keep it going.
Now it's unclear what, if any, vandalism occurred. 5 people have been arrested, according to Park Police, and U.S. Attorney for D.C. Janine Pirro has vowed to aggressively prosecute anyone who has damaged the pool.
As for the cleanup efforts, the D.C. Water Authority said Monday it issued a permit to drain the pool after an algae bloom turned the water green, and efforts to remove it have reportedly damaged the paint, causing it to peel up. This is kind of embarrassing. I'm going to be totally honest.
Thank you.
It's embarrassing that it looked, I was out.
It's not embarrassing. It's not embarrassing when someone vandalizes it. How is it embarrassing on it? Unless it's embarrassing that the 5 arrested are Democrats. I mean, that's the only thing I can think that's embarrassing about it. But it is what it is on this one here. You know what? I like the Hill in the sense that you get a little, one is a Democrat, one is a Republican. But it seems like, they have little problems deciding on what they want to talk about. But here we go. Let's keep it going.
Out last week. It looked nice when last I saw it. But apparently it's all green now and the paint's peeling off. We got to redo it. So they drain it, redo it. Don't arrest people who are going near it.
Taking pieces because they want a piece of history. People were just, they shouldn't do that, but 10 years in prison, that's what the president has suggested yesterday. I don't think these people are the vandals.
Just shut up about it and fix it is what I would say to Trump. It's embarrassing right now, and just take the L on this one and fix it. He's done a lot to
beautify DC. I will say, yes, it
the
looks
fountains
beautiful.
Are so pretty. We love Union Station Fountain, Meridian Hill Park, beautiful flowing waterfall. He's turned the water back on in a lot of places. It's great. A+. Love that. This is not so good. Got to redo it. Get a different guy. That guy you just showed me. That guy.
Let me pick that guy. We're gonna go over that guy. Okay, so
also
generally
go in the reflecting pool, right? I don't know why they're.
Let me.
Sorry.
Generally, in government contracts, there's a bidding process. A couple people put their bids in. They're experts in their craft, and they put their bids in, and then the administration or the government leadership picks one of those bids. Well, in this particular case with the reflecting pool, there was no bids. Just one guy got chosen. And guess who that person was? His name was John J. Cafaro. He's a neighbor of President Trump's in Mar-a-Lago. A neighbor and a friend. He also was involved in a extremely intense bribery scandal a few years ago. So, possible fraudster. And this is somebody who's Trump's friend, and he's donated hundreds of thousands to Trump's campaign. Let me finish. No, pause. He donated hundreds of thousands. So he skipped the whole bidding process. He's Trump's friend. He got a contract, obviously has no experience in these type of waters. Okay, he should stick to the rivers and lakes that he's used to. So he got involved with this. Okay, he got involved with this. He's sitting in there trying to fix a pool, making it dark at the bottom, causing a bunch of algae to come, now draining the pool again, got $14 million to do this. And perhaps instead of hiring your friends, you should hire an expert in their craft. Now, Robbie, if I hire you to do this job right here, which you're doing sitting down, and you never spoke on TV before in your life, and then you bombed, and people were clowning you on YouTube, well, guess what? Maybe you should have hired somebody for a show like this that actually had some experience. So I don't know what John J. Cafaro does for a living, if he does DC reflecting pools, but certainly based on the dropping of the ball, I assume that he did not have experience in this and maybe was advised in the wrong ways and just took the millions of dollars like somebody of his stature with his past experience may do and did not do an adequate job. And for that, he should be fired and the president should stop hiring his friends.
Wow. She said the president should stop hiring his friends. I think all politicians should stop doing NGOs and having their wives get money, their cousins get money, their brothers get money. Even their children help them start their businesses. All these private and private NGOs are just given all over the place. The House and the Senate, all these politicians are involved in it. Presidents are all doing it. They all help each other. Governors do it. Mayors. Oh my gosh. The school board. Everyone is trying to rub everyone's hand. Oh my gosh. Can we make it where it's a law? Can we have a law or something going on here? You know what? But it is what it is, right? Here we go. Let's keep it going. All right, we need to just rub hands with all the Democrats here that's going on. Let's see what else we got.
People that are experts and use the actual bidding process to get the top expert to come beautify our city.
Okay.
End quote.
I'm going to let you have this one. I'm an independent thinker. I don't just defend the administration always. It seems like they screwed this up. Seems like this guy doesn't know what he's doing.
Did you see? I wish we could pull up a picture of him. They had it on.
You win this round. I'm not even going to try.
I know there's a picture of him somewhere because they put it on Sunrise on the Hill yesterday when I was filling in for that morning show that comes on before our show. And so just look on YouTube, guys. John J. Cafaro.
He looks like a cretin.
He looks like Matilda's father.
He does look like Danny DeVito in that movie.
Okay, but I don't want to call him by his actual name.
All right, let's see that one there. That right there, this is just nonsense here. Let's see what's going on also. They have something here dealing with gloat. Democrats gloat about the plan to arrest, and I can't see. Plan to arrest Elon Musk? This is an hour ago. I might have to, I gotta get the ads. I gotta pay for free ads, right? No ads, right? I gotta pay for no ads. So this right here is actually an hour ago. And this is from the Hill, guys. Here, let's check this out.
Democrats are already plotting what they will do and who they will hurt once they retake power, and also whose money they're going to confiscate. And the number one person in their crosshairs is the world's first trillionaire, Elon Musk. Now, most of Musk's new wealth comes from the value of the companies that he owns, Tesla, SpaceX, etc. Don't let that stop Representative Ro Khanna, who favors a one-off transfer of wealth from Elon Musk to the U.S. government in order to fix all our budgetary problems. Here's what Musk told Jennifer Welch.
Think about this, Jennifer. For 5% tax one time on Elon Musk, you could have...
They want to tax Elon Musk one time 5%. This is what the Democrats' logic is again. What money can we take? We got to take some money from somewhere. We can't take money from the middle class. We've been taking that. How about that trillionaire who supported Trump? Let's take 5% of this. If all this guy has to do is think of this, right? I know he's like first generation or whatever, or maybe he's just this guy. He probably not even a citizen. I mean, well, he's a citizen because he's in politics, but he's a House representative. But he comes with all this knowledge here that he's going to tax a trillionaire here. And he has SpaceX. He has all these things, Tesla. He has all these things that he's doing, X, that's helping the Republican Party. He couldn't think of any other Democrats. He couldn't be bipartisan in this. No. He has to go after the big fish, right? The big Republican here. Roe wants more money. It's crazy.
Have universal child care in America, $10 a day for every family. That's one person, one time, 5%, and he wouldn't even miss it because the market would grow by 15% and his wealth would still grow.
How about you make $1 trillion and give your 5%? How about you not take a paycheck? How about that? How about you not take a paycheck from something? How about you do that? Oh my gosh, here we go.
And yet they're opposed to something as basic as that.
Musk and his allies are opposed to him being forced to give up 5% of his theoretical wealth, otherwise known as theft. Imagine that. How strange. You'd probably be opposed to it too if it was your household wealth. Of course, Khanna isn't content to rob Elon. He also might want to put him in jail. Take a listen to this.
Jail.
I do believe that once we take power, there has to be accountability. There needs to be accountability for Elon Musk. You know, they're celebrating that he created 4,400 millionaires, but they don't talk about the 4.5 million children around the world who he possibly sentenced to death by dismantling USAID. He needs to answer for that. He needs to be subpoenaed. He needs to face...
Wow! Can you believe this? I'm telling you, man, if you listen to the Democrats long enough, they'll go after you. They'll go after you if you have a sane mind. And they're talking about freedom of speech. Oh, can we imagine this? They're talking. Is it freedom? Is it freedom? Is it freedom that we want to get rid of criminal fraud and abuse that's going on? I don't know. I just see this. I just remember this guy, this resident in Maine saying, "Blue, no matter who. I'm going to vote blue, no matter who." It's not like I can say I'm going to support blue no matter who. That's what's going on here. This guy here is this really, really not for America first. He's not America first.
Investigation. He needs to answer for what he did with Doge. That it's not just let's move on. And we will use the Oversight Committee and the Judiciary Committee to hold people accountable.
Now, if you don't think U.S. taxpayers should perpetually be on the hook for paying for the healthcare needs of the citizens of foreign countries, then the Democrats want to send you to prison. Incredible. You'd think in a sane world it might be the other way around. We would actually punish politicians who vote to ship American taxpayer dollars overseas with no thought about whether this serves our interests. But no, when the Democrats take over, the mere fact that Musk and others tried to find ways to save you money is going to be viewed as a crime in and of itself. And note how we've now rounded up that alleged USAID casualty number to 4.5 million children. Highest estimate I've yet heard. In fact, the estimates just keep getting higher and higher, despite little evidence of it. Surprise, surprise. They want to guilt you into thinking you aren't entitled to keep your own money, that they have every right to spend it however they want, and they don't even need to consult you. That's what the Democratic Party represents, and that's the ethos they will bring to government once they're back in power. Progressive commentator Mehdi Hassan, for instance, applauded Khanna, saying on X that Elon Musk better be ready to answer to a Democratic-controlled House of Representatives next January. Look, they're telling you exactly.
Why would you work with somebody? Why would you try to work with somebody whose their thing is to actually impeach or put you in jail? And all the wrongs that's going on, all the fraud and abuse going on in all these blue states, they do not care to find out about it. I'm telling you guys, I don't know. We need to do something about this, and it needs to happen soon. Because it seems like maybe Elon is right. Maybe Elon is totally right of what happened, what's going on now. That we have to actually be careful, because these people would do anything to cover up what they're doing. He says life was in jeopardy. I'm thinking now the way they want to put him in jail and everything else. This is crazy.
Exactly what they intend to do once they take power. Hold in contempt anyone who tried to reduce the size of government or give Americans back their hard-earned cash. Now, in response to Khanna's threats, Elon had a fiery retort. He threatened to sue Khanna. Cue the headlines. Elon's going after Ro Khanna. How dare he? Of course, that narrative misses the point. Democrats are the ones threatening to jail Elon Musk. Is he supposed to just sit there and take it?
That's what they want.
That's
what they want. And it reminded me of something that Kamala Harris said. He said when she was the district attorney of California, the attorney general of California, I think she said, attorney general of California, that she said she realized she had the power that she could ruin anyone's life if she wanted to. That's how powerful her position was. And I was like, well, that's something strange to say. That's something really strange to say. And then I thought about it when she got into the White House as the vice president of the United States. She did everything in her power to try to ruin President Trump and his friends. And we know this. We know this, right? Oh, and you see the border was flushed wide open and so forth. And she was definitely the border czar. I'm going to call it every time I get a chance of doing it here. This is the lady on the left. She's a Democrat. She says Democratic talking views. Let's listen to her. Roby.
Get robbed, Lindsay, and get put in jail?
Well, I wouldn't say robbery.
What is that?
Taxes are used to build every single thing in our country that we all use and enjoy.
Okay, so I propose the Lindsey Granger tax. It only applies to Lindsey Granger and her personal
You know what's so funny? Elon Musk is the biggest beneficiary of government support out of any citizen in the United States. The man gets tax breaks and leniency in a variety of ways. He gets corporate tax breaks. He gets state and local tax incentive. He gets regulatory credits. I mean, this man is exactly what you call somebody who uses the government for assistance across the board.
To keep more of his money. It's tax breaks, tax cut. That's about.
He gets government loans and contracts that are in his favor. I'm sure he's not having a no bid.
He gets contracts.
No, he gets loans as well. Okay, SpaceX and Tesla have benefited from loans. Okay, the point is Elon Musk uses the government like any Medicare recipient uses the government.
Oh God, no!
In an exaggerated way because he's making billions off of it. And you know what's so interesting?
They're paying him for his services.
Elizabeth Warren pointed out that Elon Musk is a trillionaire. Like, when we break that down, it would take 11 million years for the average U.S. citizen to get to where Elon Musk is.
But you
it's not
understand he's a
possible.
trillionaire on paper, right?
Yeah.
It's because the value
I
of the
understand
company is
what
that.
an IPO is.
Yes, I know you do.
I understand.
So it's not, but he doesn't actually have the cash on hand until he sells the company or sells shares in the company.
But isn't that concentration of wealth absurd to anybody? So for people to be bringing up,
He didn't
we
take
don't
it
need
from
to have
me.
a trillionaire in this world when we're watching people who can't afford to eat because of decisions that are made by our federal administration. You would assume that he can give his fair share, especially if he's skirting around taxes in the way that we see other billionaires do.
Can we dial?
Wow. I'm telling you, they try to confuse us. I got Terry. He sure does. She is lying. You're right, Terry. She's actually a Democrat, Terry. Yep, you're right. She is lying, Terry. She's lying. She's a Democrat. Yeah. I wanted to, Terry, I don't know if you heard it earlier, Terry. It was a guy in Maine saying, he said, blue no matter who. Vote blue no matter who. That's what he said. He said vote blue no matter who. Ooh, she's cooking. She's not cooking. She's simmering away. Oh my guys, let's see what else we got going on here. I do a little bit more.
Dial down on that a little bit.
Please.
You're hoarding the wealth, richest man. Okay, he didn't take it from you or from anyone else. The wealth would simply not exist. The wealth exists because he has provided something that is that valuable to his fellow human being.
And he's been aided by the government in doing that to a point where he can...
Well, the government pays him for the services.
He's been aided extremely by, like most people who don't want the government to pay for services. I mean, somebody who's already a billionaire shouldn't get even more leniency so that things are cheaper for them to do, and they have relationships, loans from the government in ways that make them extremely wealthy. Like, we are assisting, taxpayers are essentially assisting Elon Musk become a trillionaire.
Really? I mean, a little bit.
A little bit. So why can't he?
Getting rid of those policies.
So all Ro Khanna said is give a little bit of money. If the government is assisting you a little bit, give a little bit to the people.
Give billions of dollars.
I mean, he's been helped upwards of the hundreds of millions.
Again, he doesn't have that money on hand. It's a theoretical evaluation.
Yeah, he's saying the same thing. It's just a theory. It's just money of assets. Just assets there. Let me get back to what's going on. I think I got some new stuff on X. I mean, on Trump. I'm sorry, the White House. Let's see the latest things on the White House real quick here. I'm gonna get into it right now. Let me see if we can see the latest things that's going in the White House. This right here. The White House is actually putting pictures up here. It says photos taken today. They're showing how they fixing the actually what's going on. Let me see, can I see another one here? Show another image there. There we go. There's another image today of the White House, or of that. They're trying to clean up that algae there. They took a picture early this morning. They want to make sure they're trying to work on it, doing the best they can. Even knowing that, people are not happy about it. It's like they're working on it overtime. Thanks for the photos. I wonder if it was the raining in D.C. Beautiful in spite of efforts to ruin it. They failed again. Another one here says, it was me. And someone's laughing out loud. It was a duck saying here. How about these guys diving over the pool? We see some more. Driving over the pool. Sorry here. So I put some stuff that's inappropriate there. Let's take a look at this one. Let's see what else we got going on here. It says on the U.S. Department of Justice there, it says watching for the Daily Live. I guess at 8 o'clock, I guess they're happening right now. The Department of Justice to hold a press conference announcing the annual healthcare fraud takedown, historic fraud enforcement results. That should be going on soon. I see what else here. Anything else here? See what we got any other stories going on. Let's see how's it look here. Okay, it's the latest news here. DOJ here. Okay, here we go. Got something here. Let me see, can I I think I can do the undo button here. It'll fix it real fast. Okay. 1 second here. Okay, maybe that'll work. Let me see here. Did I do all the undo buttons? I'm trying to do all the undo buttons to save me time. Okay, here we go. Let me go back to this one here. Let's take a look at this one here. There we go. Let me turn the music down. Okay, here, and let's see, can I open it up a little bit more so I can see everything? Okay, we can see the chat as well here. It says here the U.S. Department of Justice charged 455 defendants across 41 states and territories for healthcare fraud, totaling over $6.5 billion involved in Medicaid, hospice care, wound care, and opiates. There you go, opiates. It said this affects United federal agencies with 46 state Medicaid units, leading to seizures of $127 million in assets like cash and luxury vehicles. It says one case feature I remember this one. Yeah, one case feature a Los Angeles hospice owner accused of $27.7 million in fake Medicare claims using kickbacks and backdated records for deceased patients. That's right, guys. He was using deceased patients and kickbacks to get his money. Officials call it the largest federal state coordination and in history. It says part of the administration's push against the fraud, though some critics highlighted past partners of similar offenders. Here we go. Let's take a look at listen to this right here. Was this today? Yeah, it was 59 minutes ago. 455 fraudsters have been charged in the DOJ. Here we go, Terry. We're finding the victims, it looks like here. It seems like. Take a look at this. We need to see the arrest. It seems like they're working on it. Ooh, it looks like they mean business. Look at that. Look, they mean business. Let me make sure I show everything here. I want to make sure I get a good image of this right here. I see a little work involved in this one here, boy. They wanted this victory. They wanted this one right here. They know that the midterm elections are coming around the mountain. They got to look real good for these potential voters, right? So, oh, yeah, listen, it's happening, guys. There's going to be some more arrests pretty soon. They want to make sure this law and order happens, just like they said it was going to happen here. In the chat, I see some people. Lisa Ann, Terry, I see you there. Ace, what's going on? Ozzy Cosby, I see you. Lisa Ann, Nicholas, what's going on, Nick? Saint Nick, what's going on, Nick? Oh, I got Demo here. All right, let's keep it going here. I'm live right now. I want to make sure you see this. Here we go. Check it out.
Today, we are announcing federal and state charges, all of which were charged or unsealed at some point over the past 2 weeks, the past 14 days. Coordinated nationwide action. Since June 8th, we've charged 455 defendants across 56, like I said a minute ago, U.S. attorney's offices, and 45 U.S. states and territories. As alleged in the various indictments, these individuals participated in healthcare fraud schemes involving over $6.5 billion in false claims submitted to Medicare, Medicaid, and other healthcare programs. The team around me will get into more specifics, but here are a few points that stand out. In one indictment, we're bringing charges against a corporate executive in Arizona in connection to over a $1 billion fraud involving unnecessary wound grafts.
Wow.
This alleged scheme costs Medicare over $1 million per patient.
Wow.
In total, our indictment charges 11 defendants for over $2 billion in fraudulent claims in connection to alleged wound care schemes.
What are we going to do about this, guys? No one, and they're doing this without the Democratic support. Without the Democratic support. And all I can think of that guy in Maine who's a voter. It says, I'm a type of person, I'm voting blue no matter who. They can be a criminal. They can be anything. At this point, he said, I'm voting blue no matter who. I'm supporting blue no matter who. That's what I got going on right now in my head over and over again. It's like you have to pick a side here. Here we go. Let's say it again here. People are not going on here. This is another one here, guys. Want to make sure I put this out one more time. It says here 19 millions. It's a 19 million barrels of oil flowed out of Hormuz Strait yesterday, an all-time record. Oil prices are tumbling down, and the world is a much safer place. It says President Donald J. Trump. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna make sure the oil prices. I gotta make sure I check the oil prices here. Can't like go out without checking the oil prices here. The barrel of oil. See the barrel of oil today. I'm checking it real fast. The barrel of oil today is It says here $73.11 per barrel. Wow, 73. Guys, can you believe that? $73. Oh, let's see. It was like in the hundreds not too long ago. Another one here we have is this one here. What was it? The gas, the average cost of gas in the United States. Yeah, the average. Let's see what the average cost of gas in the United States and nationally. Yeah, nationally. Let's see the average cost of gas nationally. Let's see here. I can't type it in. I'm trying to type it in. See the average cost of gas. Let me see what it is. Gas nationally. Okay, let's see what it is. The average cost of gas right now. Let's see. Yep, it's still as of today, June 22nd here, 2026. The U.S. national average of for a gallon of regular gas, gasoline is $3.93. It says pump prices have fallen from nearly 4 consecutive weeks, dropping below $4 benchmark for the first time since late March. This relief followed a significant drop in global crude oil prices, which was driven by easing geopolitical tensions and the progress in the U.S.-Iran diplomatic negotiations. Yep, it has it there. According to the latest data tracked by AAA fuel prices and Gas Buddy and AAA fuel prices, the current national gasoline shows regular U.S. Regular unleaded gas is $3.93 per gallon nationally. It says diesel is at $5 per gallon nationally. Also, that's 19 cents lower. So all those truckers out there is 19 cents lower than it was last week, and it's still projected to be dropping more. Midterm elections are around the mountain, guys. It will be dropping slowly. Here we go, guys. 1 month ago, drivers were paying as much as drivers were paying much higher average here. It was at $4.53, and they act like the sky was falling. And now it's at $3.93 per gallon. That was just 1 month ago. It has dropped that much, guys. 60 cents. Can you believe that? 1 year ago, I just want to make sure you get an idea of this. 1 year ago at this time, the average was significantly lower. It was $3.22. So it was at $3.22. AAA average was, and now it's at now it's at $3.93. So that's 71 cents, guys. 71 cents higher than a year ago. Just want to keep it, a buck, right? Keep it a buck with all the information there. Let's see what else we got going on there. It says the regional prices varies widely. Drivers on the West Coast face the steepest is in the West Coast, with California averaging $5.71 to $5.89 per gallon. That's the problem, right? If you take California out of the equation, it'll be even lower than that. Conversely, states across the Gulf Coast and parts of the Midwest feature the lowest cost, with Indiana leading the relief. What we got going on there? Thank you, Myron Gastel. Thank you, Myron, for the gold. Oh my gosh, the gold coins. It says here that the Midwest featured the lowest averages. It says with Indiana leading the relief at $3.40 per gallon. $3.40 per gallon, guys. I'm telling you, it's happening. Right now, I was looking at the House, the Senate. The Senate is 53 Republicans and 47 Democrats here. They said they had to win they so have to win so badly, guys, that they rather take a Nazi, an ex-Nazi. He says he's ex-Nazi, but he had it on his chest for 20 plus years. He said he has an oyster farm, but his only client is his mama. You can't make this up. My mom, I gotta have an oyster farm, baby. This put 2 poles out in the ocean and throw some stuff on it and say you're having an oyster farm. And I could be your client. His only client is his mama. You gotta say your mama on this one. Oh my gosh, I'm not making this up. It is so true. And guess what, God? His name is Planter. So he could have said he planted something, but he didn't. He decided to say he did say I'm a farmer. My name is Graham Planter, and I'm a farmer. And I farm oysters off the coast. Oh, they were just making this up, guys. And Zoran Madani and other Democrats were looking for somebody, and they didn't even vet this guy correctly. Oh my gosh. But guess what? They were asking residents, and when they asked the residents, they said, one guy says, you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm glad he was honest. He said, you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm voting blue no matter who. I said, oh my gosh, that's a rhyme. I'm voting blue no matter who. And I said, wow, that's it right there. That's why they're taking whoever they want to take. And I said, my God, I can't believe this one here. Oh my God. You can't even hear anything, guys. This is a record here. This is President Trump here. I want to show you see that right there. Record oil is flowing and gas prices are tumbling down. You don't hear anything talking about it here. It says 19, I'm going to repeat again, 19 million barrels of oil flowed out of the Strait of Hormuz. And it says yesterday, all-time high, and you don't hear nothing about it. You cannot make this stuff up. Over and over again, Trump runs Iran to behave amid negotiations. I think you need to tell Israel to behave too, because they just cannot keep their hands out of the cookie jar. They want to take the last hit. It's like you're breaking up a fight, right? You're breaking up a fight in the yard and stuff. Well, they don't do that anymore because, they both won't be back at the school if it happens nowadays. Normally, you have a fight and somebody comes back that they're out for 2 days or 3 days. Not anymore. You fight at school now, more likely you won't see that kid again. If he beat him up too bad, you will not see that kid again. Anyway, you used to do it back in the day. Break them up. And then that last kid be trying to reach over the top and take a hit, right? Or you're holding your friend and he's reaching over you and trying. That's exactly what's going on here. That U.S. is holding them back, but not fully holding them back and letting them hit his enemies or hit the person he's fighting against. They're going to have to lay the law. They're going to have to physically lay the law on Israel. I'm sorry, not Israel. Yeah, Israel. Israel's reaching over and taking the last hit again against oh my gosh, Lebanon and all these other places around them. They're actually trying to just get back. Here we go, and we got a lot of stuff going on here. Let's see what else. It's like the big brother is not containing his little brother at all. I'm gonna get in the comments right now, guys, and I'm gonna try to make sure I get all the comments here and see what's going on here. James from Brooklyn, Muslims are trying Texas. Oh my gosh. It says here, that's true. Muslims are trying Texas. Oh, I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna try to look that up, guys. Muslims are in the Democratic Party. Definitely are more and more politicians. If you look it up, they're worrying about black people being out of it or anything else. Muslims are taking over slowly the Democratic Party, and they don't even realize it. They don't realize it. And when they do realize it, it's going to be too late. And they say, oh, everybody has the right to do that. Muslims, okay. They're going to flip it on you here, and it's going to be, all right, you'll see what's going on. You see what's going on now and what's going on now in UK. Let me see here. Make sure I see here. It says Muslims in Texas. I'm going to make sure I get that right. Was it Muslims in Texas? Yeah, Muslims in Texas. Yeah, I'm going to look that. Okay, Muslims in Texas. Okay, make sure I get that. Let me check that out. 4 hours ago here, Islamic regime dollars here. I don't see anything in Texas per se. This is 3 hours ago. Hey. 3 hours ago, we got something here. Let's see. Oh, what's that? Something floating there. Okay, let's see here. It says, what the H here? It says, Muslims keep trying to cave out their own city. I'm sorry, carve out. They're trying to carve out their own city in Texas despite the red flags. Wow. Oh my gosh, can you believe that? It says Muslims keep trying to carve out their own city in Texas despite the red flags. Time to enforce the law, protect our communities, and put America first. No more special treatment. Texas Rangers are now on the full criminal investigation. Enough is enough. Americans didn't vote for this, I guess. Okay, let's take a look at this and see what's going on in this one. I'm interested to hear this one.
Well, in part by that statement, but also in part by information that we've gathered, there appear to be multiple violations that have taken place here. One is information has been provided to investors that appears to be misleading. Another is they appear to be in violation of fair housing laws. Also, we found that, they talk about doing all this building, but they don't have any building permits to actually do any building, and they have challenges even getting those building permits. Believe this or not, we've even received information that they may have been conducting a funeral home without legal authority.
Damn, they have their own funeral home. They're doing their own construction. Wait a minute, they're doing what black people said they were going to do, right? They said we're segregating ourselves away from everybody else. They got their own farm. They got everything. Own farming. Oh, Texas got a lot of land, baby. A lot of land. They're carving out their own community. And you know what? They're taking over from within. Their own funeral homes. They say, forget about United States laws. We're making our own laws up. Oh my gosh. Can you believe this? And this is the Governor Abbott says he's ringing the bells. The Democrats say, let's let them be. They don't know what's going on down there. They got their hey, a law's a law, damn it. A law's a law. If you got to have your own funeral homes, you're not doing any regulations or anything going on. It's a slippery slope, guys. Again, simulation is important. And again, we don't see it happening with the Muslims right now in this case. Simulation is important here. Their own funeral homes, and they're not even doing any permits on their housing or anything. Is it fair? Apparently it's not fair. And it is what it is. And you see it in Michigan with the police department. They just hiring their own. Oh, it's happening. It's happening. Dearborn, Michigan. Yep. They have a large number of law enforcement in Dearborn, Michigan. It's happening. Can't make this stuff up. Let's see what's going on here in the chat some more here. And I'm just talking to something. I'm making this up. I got James from Brooklyn says, Terry. So you know that they're not doing this in every state. They're coming hard for Texas. It says 2/3 vote in Europe. Deportation is on. Here it is, and it's on here too. Terry, what other red state are they going to? Oh my gosh, what other state are they going to? I don't know. They can go anywhere, but hey, you can't mess with Texas, baby. Don't mess with Texas. Once again, I gotta mention something that the guy in Maine said. He had a piercing somewhere in his nose. I don't know, piercing. And identifiers. I call them identifiers. Anyway, identifiers of the Democratic Party. He has some piercing. I think he might have had a tattoo on his face. I don't know. He has some stuff going on. Not all of them are, but a large number. I don't want to say all, but a large number. Anyway, he says, guess what? The news reporter says, you know about Planter, right? You know that he has all this stuff. She was just listening all, and he said, you know what? At this point, I'm voting blue no matter who. I'm supporting blue no matter who. I can't make that stuff up. I cannot make that stuff at all. Let's finish this little clip here.
Bottom line, Laura, is that there so many questions arose, especially information that we received, that led us to need to call the elite Texas Rangers to conduct a criminal investigation to find out if criminal laws in Texas have been violated. Well, in part by that.
Wow. Can you believe that here? Wait a minute. Who's this lady here? This says Gorilla went live to crash out. I don't know. I think that must be some celebrity or something. Okay. Oh, I can't surf anymore. I don't want to surf to find out anything. See if we go here. All right, here we go. I don't want to surf anything. Okay, let's take it here. It says here, it says Trump signs, Elon Musk spotlighted USD spending, critics calling wasteful. Of course, he called it wasteful because we saw that happening here. This right here was, I think this is right here. Can you see that? I'm gonna go down some more. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see that here. Doge designer here. It says USAD had been a black hole for American dollars, tax dollars. It says that the USAD has been a black hole for American tax dollars here. $2 million for sex changes in Guatemala. $2 million for sex changes in Guatemala. That's what we gave money to, guys, and you supporting it. Listen, the American, we got to stop it sometime, right? Come on. We're going to pay for $2 million for Guatemalans to have a sex change. Come on here. That's called that transformer stuff that we were talking about. We're bringing it up. Yesterday, I had Brandon Johnson, the mayor of Chicago, bringing it up. He said trans in his memo, his tweet 3 times. What, trans, and he even made up some transformer, some new word that I've never heard of. And and it wasn't a real word, by the way. It says $20 million for $20 million for a new Sesame Street show in Iraq. They don't give a care about Sesame Street. $20 million for a new Sesame Street show. Oh my God. They could have done something else with that money, like the homeless people. Well, I don't know. These Democrat politicians, I don't know. Listen, these politicians, period. They're scammers. Here we go. $20 million to fund terrorism in Egypt. Tourism. They can do it here. They can tour here for $6 million. They can give this to anybody. Tour. Why we got to pay for some money for Egypt to tour us Americans there? That don't even make any sense. Just like we do with here when we do I'm laughing about this because it makes so much sense. Tariffs. The United States want to tariff everybody and we got to pay for it. But guess what? Everybody's putting tariffs on us. So it's okay for them to put tariffs on us. But the logic in people's mind is not, we shouldn't put tariffs because guess who has to pay for it? Our goods will be higher. Listen, if these legal immigrants want to buy foreign imported products, the products from their country, then damn it, they need to pay for it, right? Don't have the Democrats run and cry about it. That's what happens, guys. These products are being made in China, and they got products that are being imported here from other countries around the world, like the Muslim countries, and they want to have their Hey, calm down. I'm just saying it's reciprocal tax. Tariffs here. Now we want to talk about Egypt. $4.5 million to combat disinformation. Yep, here. And listen, another one is this more iceberg. We got other things going on. I think it was Kashmir. It was the other place was going on. Let's see here. It go. The mayor Zohran Madani. That was yesterday here. I don't know if I can take Zohran Madani any longer. Let's see. It was an ex-teacher. What happened to the ex-teacher arrested for driving suspected gang member to the Chicago shooting? Oh my gosh, guys. Oh yeah, I talked about that one yesterday. Here we go. Let's see Zohran Madani here. Wait a minute. What's Zohran Madani? Zohran Madani was angry about Israeli eliminating this guy here. Oh my gosh. Al-Zaraba, a journalist yesterday. They upset. He was upset about it. Listen, America first, man. You're going to have to put 10 toes down or we're going to have to recognize. But you know what it's doing? It's making Americans angry and it's opening up. This is what it's called the slippery slope, guys. It's waking up people. It's waking up people to this nonsense that's going on here. Yep, that's what's going on. Over and over again, we see it. Let's see here. What's going on here? Let me get in the chat. Let me see. Can I find something new? Anything else new? We got the oil. I talked about the oil. Oil. Nope. Let me go here. RNC. 1 second. Let's see how we doing here. Let me get in the comments too. I'm gonna get in the comments for a second. I'm gonna get off in a few minutes, so let me go ahead and just close this out really quick. How long I've been on? Oh, almost 90 minutes. Oh my gosh, almost 90 minutes here. Let me see here. I see. I'm gonna read the comments here. Let me get in the comments. I'm almost like Rain Man here. Let me get in the comments. Comments. Okay, I'm gonna close it out. I'm gonna make the comments larger. I haven't done this in a minute. Okay, I think that's pretty big. I can see for the most part what's going down. Try not to keep them too long. I can see them better. I can, go through them all. Let's see here. Ice baby. I see that right there. Criminal operations. I see here. King Trump. I see that as well. It says here, disinformation in Casimir, whatever. I see Stanley here. Kazakhstan. I can't get it out. Here we go here. Free New York from socialism. We must free bacon from Palestine. Oh my gosh, free bacon from Palestine here. It says, Sig, don't spam. They gave you a warning not to spam. Don't spam. Terry here says here, I see you there, Terry. What's going on, Terry? Here we got here. Been there, done that, Fortana, California. Oh my gosh, Fortana, California. Yes, I survived fine. Well, I'm telling you, Fortana, oh yeah, you survived. Oh my gosh, here we go. Yeah, they have trucks, a lot of trucks out there too. I just thought about it. I think they got a truck in school. They used to advertise. They used to say Fontana, California. Okay, here we go. Another one. James here, I see there. It says ICE is our front line to these serial killers and rapists. Serial K's, I gotta get with you, and grapes. I gotta say that. I'm coming across the border. Yep. It says James here's don't be writing it down. They want you not to write it down, James. You can't write it down. Apparently it's not good to write it down. Yep, Democrats love degenerate criminal illegals. It says I gotta put a black background or something here. Make sure it says here, who was the governor of California when you lived there, Terry? Here we go. Here's another one. It says, fun how Terry moved from a blue state to a red state. Let's see here. What's he got going on? I got K. James said, I understand. Okay, I got it. Let's see what else. Anything else going on in comments? Guys, it was really nice today. Right here. Okay, I gotta make sure. It says funny how Terry, I don't know, Nick. Terry says, listen, I hang with these Democrats here. So, I think Terry might be Googling up who was the governor when he was there. I see here, it says here that some more stuff in 45 seconds. This is right here. It's Chris Van Halen here. It's saying here, fact check, 90% of the workers who receive tax cuts earn less than $100,000. So the ones that had fact checked here that so I want to know who they're going after today. They talking to some Chuck Schumer spoke today as well. It was like Chuck Schumer lies about the Save America Act. This guy lies. If you see his mouth moving, he's more likely lying. Over and over, Zohran Madani again. I'm not gonna go over these guys today. Not today. Not maybe tonight, but not today. Not right now. Let's see what else. I got some comments here. It says here, I rest my case. The governor, he said, I knew it was a Republican. He said, I knew it was a Republican. He said, someone said, I rest my case. Well, okay. Let's see here. Republican governors. Let's see, making sure. Republican governors in the last 30 years. 30 years. Okay, in Los Angeles. In California. Okay, in the last, let's see, okay, it says the last Republican to win a major statewide election in I didn't put governor. Did I put governor? I did. Okay. Over the past 30 years, California political landscape has transformed dramatically, shifting from competitive swing state into a reliable Democratic stronghold. Arnold Schwarzenegger was the the governor in 2003 to 2011. Pete Wilson was the governor also 1991 to 1998. And so that's for the two governors from 1991 to 1999. I'm sorry, from 1999. For the last 30 years. Pete Wilson was from 1991 to 1999, and Arnold Schwarzenegger was 2003 to 2011. So that's it was one of those two. Yeah, the recall. It was a recall election for Governor Gray Davis here, and he was reelected in a full term in 2006 here. Yeah. So I say it says here, no wins is over 30 years. California, we look like maybe we'll get one. Maybe we'll get one, guys. Maybe we will get one. Let's go ahead and see any more in the comments. I can look up something. If someone has to see here anything up. Nicholas says, Mike, I want to become a member, but I forgot my password to use the payments on my YouTube account. I need to fix, and I will become a member. Thank you, Nicholas. I really appreciate it if you become a member, man. I really do. It says, Lisa Ann says here, I say, of course you didn't like them. They are uncivilized. Even Elvis said Hawaii is paradise. Why didn't you like? Why you didn't like us, Harry? Oh my gosh, what are you smoking? It's just I don't know. It's someone you talking about there. I don't know who you talking about. It says I like people in Texas. Here we go. I like people in Texas. Okay, guys. God bless you guys. God bless America. Jesus Christ is King. Praise the Lord. John 3:16. John 3:16, guys. I'm out.